Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory 1.0. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. Last episode we got started, made some sort of basic production lines, and today we are going to continue that. I did do a bit between episodes. I have set up a screw production line. So over here, there is a pure iron node, which means it's 120 ore per minute. And I'm splitting that off into a total of 4 smelters. 2 of them are making ingots that get turned into iron plates. That's going to be for later. And then 2 of them are making smelters, 2 of them are making ingots that get turned into iron rods. All of those iron rods are then getting turned into screws. So we are now producing 240 screws per minute, which is enough for our next milestone, part assembly. And that's a good thing because we're going to make use of that in just a second here. So let's run back to the hub real quick, and I'll show you what I mean. So, you know what? I should really just move the hub. This is somewhere else. Get it up off the ground. Get it onto a platform. We'll get there soon. Okay. So, pop over here. We do not actually have enough cables. Let me do a little bit of manual crafting here. Looks like we're good on everything else. Okay, that's all good to go, so we should just be able to dump our various materials in, press the button, and now we have the assembler, which is super important. This thing can combine 2 items. Now, there are some things we need to make this, which, not super ideal, but we need rotors. To make one of these, we need 4 rotors, we need 8 reinforced plates, and we need some more cables. So, cables, pretty easy. They're just made from copper wire. I'll automate this very, very soon as well. Rotors, a little bit more complicated. Rods plus screws. So, again, not too bad. But for now, let's just make 4. There we go. And now we have our assembler. And what this thing means is we can now automate the production of reinforced iron plates, which we are going to use a ton of because they are used for Mark II belts. And all of the belts you're going to use, like, all the time. So, now that that's done, here's what we're going to do. We're going to delete this storage container. We'll leave this belt here. This is fine. But I'm going to put this assembler down, let's say right about, I don't know, here-ish. This is where we're producing plates. If we look in the assembler, to make reinforced iron plates, we need 30 plates per minute and 60 screws per minute. Okay, that's not awful. Now, the thing is, for now, we will set this up like so, but I would really like to double that. That makes it a little bit more complicated. So, to double it, we would need 120 screws per minute, which we are producing, and we would need 60 plates per minute, which, again, we are producing. The problem is we need to be able to overclock. And that means we need to go out in the world and do a little bit of exploring because we need to find slugs. If we look around, I'm sure we can probably find at least one of them nearby. They're not super hard to find. There's one way up there. Hello. Although we don't want to use a yellow one for the initial research. We're going to want to use a blue. But we can still... Oh, I meant to zoop. Oh no. Change build mode. Zoop. There we go. We're just going to delete all this stuff anyway after we're done, but I just need a way to get up there. So this is a power slug. They come in 3 colors, blue, yellow, and purple. Blue being the sort of common version. You can see another one off in the distance over there. In fact, you can see a couple of them. There's one there. Blues, not too difficult to find. Yellows, significantly less common, but still not that difficult to find. Purples, pretty rare. And they are used to overclock your machines. You can turn them into power shards, and those power shards go into the machines and get used for overclocking. So, I'm going to run around the world and find ourselves some power slugs. I'm going to do the necessary research in the MAM to unlock what we need to unlock. In fact, since there is a blue slug right here, we can maybe do just the initial research together. Come here, slug. I'll leave you alone over there if you leave me alone. I don't need you right now. Actually, I do. Just kidding. Sorry. You must die. Ow. There we go. I actually do need that. Because there's another research that I really need to do that involves alien parts. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, let's come to the MAM. Here we go. And now we have power slugs. So we can research blue power slugs. That allows us to make power shards. And then overclocking requires a single power shard. Ada, stop interrupting me. And also has some other resources we need, but nothing too crazy. Sure, we'll do that research real quick. Scannable power slugs, and that one's going to be a little bit more difficult. Because I need rotors. It's fine. Anyway, I need to go gather a bunch of power slugs so we can overclock these machines, and so I can do the proper research. So, let me get to it. Ooh. While I was out exploring, I found something else that's actually really important, and that is a crash site. So, these things are super useful for a couple of reasons. First of all, they have a bunch of extra resources just sitting around that are just kind of there. But, more importantly... Oh, the crash site is over here. Okay, I see it. There's a bunch of free resources, as I said. Looks like nothing too crazy. But then also, there is the drop pod itself, which will give us a new recipe, which is super useful. 70 megawatts is a lot, but not that bad. Let's just make like a little temporary platform here. That should be 3 biomass burners, because they are 30 each. So if we just do something like this, hook you up, and then I'm actually just gonna throw in wood. It's not super ideal, but it will work enough that I can open this and grab the hard drive out, which is the most important part. That gives us a new recipe. So now we will take it back to the MAM and research it there. It does take 10 minutes to research, so it's not super quick, but well worth it. Okay, I think I have everything I need now to research overclocking. There we go. Lovely.
Overclocking under.
And then let's just go ahead and throw that hard drive in here. Let that start scanning. So now that we've got overclocking, now we can double the production rate of that assembler. So it will all work the way I want it to. So let's just run over there. Jump, like so. There we go. And what we'll do, go into the assembler, and we want to go to 200%. So I need 2 power shards in order to do that. So there we go. It is now 60 plates and 120 screws per minute. So this thing is now producing twice as fast. Now, I could have just made a second assembler, but come on, where's the fun in that? We're going to want overclocking anyway. This thing is now producing 10 reinforced iron plates per minute, and we're going to need a ton of those. So I'm very glad about that. Now, the other thing is, now that that's happening, we want to upgrade this to a tier 2 belt. Each of these is producing 40, so we don't need to upgrade those, just the one where they're all combined. And now this thing should be consistently running, so should be good to go. Okay, fantastic. That's done. We've got our screw production, we've got our reinforced iron plate production. All of our basic resources are automated, except for copper. I think that's probably the next thing to do. You know, since I have the resources lying around, I might as well finish doing this basic research here too.
Milestone. Also, you're directing these coops.
So we now have the awesome sink, which is a big fancy building like this that you can pipe extra resources into, and it will produce tickets. And you can use those tickets to buy various things to make your factories look a little bit prettier. So we'll want to take advantage of that later. Right now we kind of need all the resources we're producing, but we'll be taking advantage of that in the future. Okay, we have our copper stuff all done. I wonder, can I just yeah, let's just throw a lookout tower down temporarily. So we have our copper miner over there feeding into 2 separate smelters. Those are then feeding the ingots into constructors that are making copper wire. One of them, why is this one not working? Did I forget to hook this thing up to power? I forgot to set a recipe. That would do it. Okay, there we go. So these are making copper wire. Half are being fed into another constructor to turn that wire into cable. The rest are going into a storage chest. So ultimately, we will have 1 storage chest that's accumulating cable and 1 storage chest that is accumulating copper wire. Fantastic. Our research over in the MAM of that hard drive should be done by now. And it is. So now we get to pick a recipe. We have 2 options.
Hard drive analysis completed.
Yes, oh, no. What did I do? Oh, no, here we go. We're good. I didn't actually pick one. So we have 2 options. We can choose bolted frames or stitched iron plates. Stitched iron plates is iron plates plus copper wire to make 3. And bolted frames is reinforced plates plus screws to make 2. What are the current recipes? I mean, I know the one for reinforced iron plates, because we've already set that up. But frames? Okay. I don't think it really matters. Let's just go with let's just do the the stitched iron plates. I don't think it really matters. I think those recipes are about the same. Probably, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, there's that stuff. Now, one of the problems of being in the early game is the lack of inventory space. So I think what I want to do is a bit more exploration and stuff to see if we can maybe do something about that. There's a bunch of stuff in the MAM that will help tremendously. I would also really, really like to find enough quartz that I can unlock the Blade Runners, so I can run around more, and then also this pocket dimension for even more inventory space. So next up, I think exploration. Although actually, let's scan for quartz real quick. Is there a quartz nearby? Doesn't look like it. Looks like the nearest one is going to be pretty far away. 1,000 meters. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a distance. Okay. And where did that one? All the way down here. Yeah, so there's not quartz anywhere remotely close to us. Yeah. Well, I was out looking for the quartz, and as I was headed over there, I came across another crash site. So that's good. That'll get us some free resources. Steel, actually. That's something we won't be able to get into for quite a while, so that's pretty nice. That's a fairly... It's not a super advanced resource, but it's certainly better than anything I've got right now. The question is, how do we get up there? I think we're probably just going to have to build like a ramp. Yeah, we'll just have to build a ramp. That's fine. That's easy enough to do. We'll just kind of position it like so, and then zoop. There we go. You know, makes it easy. Makes it easy. Now, the question is, will we actually be able to get inside this thing? That is... Nope. We need steel beams. I don't see... Ooh, okay. Well, maybe. What is this? Medicinal inhalers? Okay, that's actually pretty good. We got some encased industrial beams, copper sheets, rotors, more rotors, I think. Yeah, more rotors. Oh, my inventory is officially full. Unfortunate. I'll have to come back for this. Well, no steel beams, it looks like, but that's fine. We have our map, so what we'll do... Oh, I have a dismantle crate up there. It's fine. We're just going to mark this on our map as a thing that we will come back to later. I'm going to go get that dismantle crate, though, because it's going to bother me. It'll drive me insane. It has probably, like, 3... iron plates in it or something dumb like that. Anyway, off to go find the quartz. Aha! We have found it! In the desert. Guarded by a large, fairly semi-dangerous beast. It's fine. Production? Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Foundations. Snap to grid. And we'll go like this, and that way we know which way we should orient our miner. So we'll go production, miner, and there we go. This is normal. That's a normal node. I'm guessing this one over here is probably also a normal node. Yes. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's build just a couple of foundations there. Get rid of this one. So since it's a normal node, we only need a tier 1 belt. We'll bring you to here. Then we can go right angles. Like so. And then we're going to have you go... I guess here. And we'll have you go there. There we go. So that is not one, but 2 full quartz nodes. And now if I just hook these up to power, we are a little ways from home, so it would take a while to run power all the way over here, but it's not that bad. Power is super easy because you can just throw down a power pole and... You know, the reach on these things is pretty ridiculous, so it could be much worse. But we'll just go like this, and then we're going to belt this quartz maybe not all the way back to our base, but a good chunk of the way at least. Well, I had to head back to the main base to get more iron plates, but while I'm here, I want to go ahead and turn in this summer sloop. And the thing is, these alien technology things, I think, are actually part of the story. So we're actually going to listen to Ada for once.
Summer sloop analysis completed. Summer sloops are somewhere between battery and conduit, harvesting energy from pockets of space with complete disregard for the rules of the space-time continuum, and distributing it into its connected ecosystem. This energy...
Let the effigies harvest until the waves reach our shores. Consume.
Similarities to the hypothetical force of dark energy to potentially be one and the same. It can now be tracked by the object scanner.
That wasn't ominous at all. I don't actually know what the story of Satisfactory is. I know we're a pioneer. We're here to exploit the planet and build all the things, but the actual story itself, it wasn't finished in early access, so I don't actually know what the story is, and I never really got into it too much in eearly access anyway. In early access, all of those alien technology materials, like the Mercer spheres and the Summer Sloop and all that kind of stuff, it was just called... I think they were just called Alien Artifact Work in Progress or something like that. I don't know if they even had names. So that's all new stuff that I haven't really played around with yet, but we'll get to that in the future. Anyway, I think I've got enough stuff now to finish bringing all of that back. Oh, we should research the Caterium as well. Here we go. I found some of this while I was out there. Just a small little... chunk of it that I could harvest. So this is used for some power generation stuff. You can use it to make... it's primarily used for computers and advanced circuitry. But pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to get back to it. Okay, the quartz is hooked up, complete with power lines. This one's semi-temporary. The other one's, I don't know, still possibly temporary. But these are only Tier 1 belts, so it is going to take a very long time for the quartz to work its way over here. But that is fine. For now, just temporarily, I think what we're going to do is throw down a merger, right about here. And we're just going to merge these 2 lines into a single one. And then throw down a storage container and a Tier 2 belt. You may wonder why I didn't do just one Tier 2 belt all the way. Resources, frankly. This early in the game, the reinforced iron plates are way harder to get than the basic iron plates. So even though this meant 2 belts and twice as many things to place, I'd rather save my reinforced plates for things I need. While we're working on that making its way over here, I think we need to automate some other stuff too. So right now, we have access to a few different resources that we're going to need a lot of that we aren't automating. So if we go into our recipes here, we are automating iron plates, rods, reinforced iron plates, cable, wire, concrete, screws, solid biofuel, this stuff we don't care about, but rotors and modular frames. and copper sheets as well, although I don't think we really need those right this second. That we will worry about in the future. The big one, modular frames and rotors. We need to automate the production of these. Both of them are made pretty much entirely with iron, so should be doable as long as we can find some more iron nodes. I would prefer not to build off of ones that we're already using. Let's see, there's a pure iron node right over here. That's pretty good. This one's impure. This is kind of whatever. That pure node might be enough to do both. I'll have to look and see. Is that really all the iron that's near us? Is this one, those two nodes? That's it? That's kind of surprising. I mean, obviously, there's the ones we're already using, but I don't know. Either way, more automation to do. All right, my friends, I think it is finally finished. We have automated the production of modular frames and rotors. Now, this... Oh, I fell off the thing. This is a horribly not space-efficient setup. It works fine, which is all I really care about right now, but it could be compacted by a lot. There's so much room. There's so much wasted space here. But that's fine. So we are belting iron ore from a pure iron node over there, smelting it up into ingots, and turning 60 of it, half of it, into iron plates, and we're turning the rest of it into screws. I'm also belting an additional 60 iron ore from 2 impure nodes that are kind of off in the distance over there. You can see it kind of coming along here, and that is being turned into rods right over here, and then the rods are being belted over here into these machines. So we are now producing, as I said, rotors and modular frames. See, we got our modular frames and we got our rotors. Not very fast. We are making 4 rotors a minute and we are making 4 modular frames a minute. So not exactly making a lot of them, but we are making enough of them that I won't have to auto-craft them every time I need a couple for all of the stuff that we're going to need them for very, very soon. So I think all of the resources that we currently have access to, as far as parts, we are automating. With the exception of copper sheets, but we don't need those for a little bit yet. So we're going to hold off on those just for now. Also, the quartz made its way over here, and I am turning the quartz into silica, as well as quartz crystal. And it's kind of funky. Quartz crystal uses 37.5 raw quartz per minute. Silica uses 22.5 raw quartz per minute. So you add those two together, that's 60. A level 1 Mark 1 belt does do 60. So theoretically, if you split a single Mark 1 belt into a constructor that is making silica and one that is making the refined quartz or whatever it is, quartz crystal, the numbers should work out perfectly. So that's what we're doing. We've got our quartz being made over here, and we've got our raw silica being made over here. Now, why do I care about quartz? Well, it's time to make use of it. So let's throw it on a MAM here. And first things first... Oh, remember when I said I was going to need a couple of modular frames? Well, I need a couple of modular frames. And I need them right... Meow. Can I... I probably can't make that jump. Can I make this jump? There we go. So, let's just grab some of these modular frames, and I guess we'll grab these rotors as well. No reason not to. Might need them for some other research here shortly. But it is time to get some traversal upgrades. In other words, upgrades that make it a little easier to get around the world. If we go to quartz, we go to blade runners. We're just going to grab some of this silica. We will research those. And then let's throw down a
Blade
equipment
runners unlocked. Equipped to run faster, jump with
workbench.
greater force, and decrease fall damage.
Yes, Ada, I know all about them. I have played this game before. Here we go. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a set of blade runners. And these things are awesome. So right now, this is how fast we can move, and this is how high we can jump. With the blade runners on, we move considerably faster, and we can jump considerably higher. So great for getting around the world. Kind of an essential thing, if you ask me. Also, raw quartz. We can now, if I grab some more silica, we can now expand our inventory so we can hold more stuff. Again, super useful. That's something like the more inventory space, the better. You can never have enough. If we grab some of this refined quartz over here, we can unlock crystal oscillators, which, okay, at the moment we don't really have anything we need to use those for, but they'll be useful in the future, I promise. The radar technology is great. Radio signal scanning, also not bad. This is stuff we'll get to later on. The Explorer is actually pretty good. It's like a little car that you can drive around. It's pretty fantastic. But then also, I actually do have some mycelia at the moment. We can unlock this too. But also, this unlocks more stuff for the Awesome Shop too, which we haven't actually even looked at yet. And probably aren't going to in today's episode because we're out of time. But that's fine. Next episode, we will look at the Awesome Shop. We're going to build the space elevator, and I think we're basically done with our current tier of technology. So next episode, we're moving on. We're building the space elevator. We're making the smart plating to upgrade to the next level. All of our technology research here is done, and we're going to move on to Phase 2. Good stuff. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.